Hello everyone, my name's Alex and I'm a physiotherapist from PhysioFunction and I'm going to be taking this level 1 different strokes exercise class today. So as always, we want you to have a challenging and an enjoyable class, but it's really important for your safety that you exercise to the correct level. So level 1 classes are designed for people who may not have any movement in their affected arm or leg. It is a seated class. So there'll be no standing at all in this class. It is a requirement for this class that you have somebody there to assist you with exercises as needed. Now this is week 3 of our posture focused classes. So this week we're going to be focusing on posture and shoulder blade position. Okay, so the shoulder blades and strengthening around those muscles in our back body to help with optimal posture. Okay, optimal shoulder position, and which, as we went over last week, will help with our ability to breathe optimally and also sit in a really nice posture. So we're going to be starting with a warm-up, and then we're going to be moving on to some technique work and mobilising and getting our shoulder blades all ready and nice and warm. We're then going to be working on some exercises for our upper body and the muscles that sit around the back of our shoulders. Okay, we're then going to be doing a short cool down. So last week as well, I set you a challenge of trying to check in with your posture every hour of the day that you're sat down. So I give you that challenge again this week. It's really important when we're sitting down that we do check in and make sure that we're sitting well. Because if we sit in funny positions, that's where we can get aches and pains. And also, if we're sitting that way for quite a long period of time and repeatedly day after day, that's when sometimes we can get some shortening of our muscles. So it's really important for, like I said, pain and also comfort and also your health and well-being that you maintain a nice optimal sitting posture position. So another challenge to you is to try and do another class. Okay, so that could be some classes from previous weeks, so they can all be found on the Different Strokes YouTube channel or on their Facebook page. So try and do at least another 2 classes this week. So see if you can get 3 exercise sessions in, including this one. You could repeat this class another 2 times or decide to do some of the other week's posture challenges, or you might decide to pick something completely different from the backlog. So they're my challenges to you. Right, let's get started. So sitting in your chair, I want you to think about adopting a nice upright posture. So go nice and tall, trying to bring your back away from the back of the chair if you can, okay? But if you can't, just lighten how much pressure is going through the back of the seat. So let's just start with some marching. So we're going to march our legs, swinging our arms. Now, if you don't have any movement at all in your affected side, you could just be working on marching your affected leg or just thinking about moving your affected side a little bit if possible. So it doesn't matter how big the movement, you're just thinking about it. The main thing here is we're just trying to move and get our body warmed up. So swinging the arms, holding it if needed. If you have a bit of movement, you could try and do your arm swings. Really try and keep that nice posture, sitting nice and tall in your chair when you're doing this class. Lovely, everyone. Keep it going. Fantastic. Okay. And we're going to change. We're going to do some heel taps. I think that lifting your foot up and tapping your heel if you can. Again, you're just doing whatever movement you have available to you. So if you have no movement at all, you could just practice moving your unaffected side. But if you have some movement, I just want you to try and move as well as you're able to. Again, we're just trying to wake things up here. Wake things up, get the blood flowing a little bit. Getting our muscles nice and warm and ready. Really nice. Keep it going. Fantastic. Okay. Lovely. Okay, holding your hands together in front, I want you to try and reach those arms forward and then pull them back. Now you might find initially that if you have tightness in your arm that you can't straighten out the whole way. That's fine, just move within whatever ranges are available. You might find if you've got a lot of weakness in your affected side that your assistant supporting underneath your elbow to guide the movement can be useful and helpful. Forward and back. Lovely. Let's do 2 more here. Lovely. And then next what I want you to do is we're going to put our hands on our right knee, and then we are going to turn to look over our right shoulder. We're going to come back to the middle, hands on the left knee, turn to look over the left shoulder. Back to the middle, hands on the right knee, turn to look over your right shoulder. Back to the middle, hands on the left knee, turn to look over your left shoulder. Back to the middle, lovely, hands on the right knee, turn to look over your right shoulder. Big breath in here. Back to the middle, hands on your left knee, turn to look over your left shoulder. Big breath in and out here. And then come back to the middle. Fantastic. Let's do some nice big shoulder rolls. Big rolls back with your shoulders. Really trying to get everything woken up and moving. Lovely. And let's come forward. Nice big rolls forward. Really nice. Good. Fantastic. Okay. Now on your right leg, I want you to straighten your leg out, pulling up your toe. If this is your affected side, you could use your other leg to assist, or if you've got some movement, I just want you to try and think about squeezing these thigh muscles as much as you can to straighten your leg, and then we're going to try and bend that knee back. And again, we're going to straighten that leg out, squeeze those thigh muscles, really hold it there if you can, and then back. If you can't lift your leg up, I just want you to think about sliding it forwards as far as you can, and then sliding it back. But remember, it's all about getting as much movement as you can. So if you've got something there, I want you to try and use it. Good. And then back. Lovely. And again, straighten that leg. Hold it there if you can. Keep that good posture. And then come back. Let's do 2 more. Straighten out that knee. Pull up those toes. Sit nice and tall. And then come back. And 1 more. Straighten out those legs. Squeeze your thigh muscle. Pull up your toes. And then back down. Let's go on the other leg. Straighten up that leg. Pull up those toes. Hold it there. Nice posture. Remember, you can assist with your other leg hooked under, or slide your leg forward. And then we're going to come back. And again, we're sliding forward as far as you can, picking up if you're able to. Hold. And then back. Good. And again, slide your leg forward, straighten. Hold there. And then pull back. Good. And again, slide forward and straighten. Pull up those toes. Hold. And then pull back. Good. And again, straighten that leg out and hold. And back. Let's do 2 more here. Straighten that leg out and hold. And then back. And last one, straighten that leg and hold. And back. Fantastic. Okay, so grab yourselves a drink if you need one. We're going to move on to our technique session. So our technique today is working on posture. So that's our general theme for this total of 4 weeks. And today we're focusing on our scapula. So that's our shoulder blades. So we're focusing on the muscles that help strengthen and stabilize our shoulder blades. So we're just going to do some exercises to try and start warming them up, getting them moving. Because if we don't tend to move our arms much, and if we're sitting down a lot, generally sometimes our shoulder blades can get a little bit stuck and a little bit stiff. So what we want to try and do is use some of these exercises to get the muscles woken up a little bit and also get a little bit of movement. And if you can work on mobilizing and waking up these muscles, it can help then with your ability to move your arms. So sitting nice and tall, what we're going to do firstly is we're going to hold our hands together in front. Now, if you can, what I'm going to ask you to do is reach your arms forward, and we're going to really round and push our arms away. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. So we're reaching our arms forward, but then we're really rounding our upper back. So we're thinking about our shoulder blades on our back moving apart, moving away from each other. So we're really reaching us forward, but then seeing if we can reach that a little bit more. So really stretching from our upper back here. We're then going to come back in and rest your arms down if needed. Now, if you struggle to hold your arms up, you can just have your arms down on your lap. So same thing, we're reaching arms forward, and then we're really trying to round those shoulder blades away from each other. If you can lift, just lift a little bit, that would be great, and then we're coming back. So we're working on our ability to move our shoulder blades forward and back. Okay, this is a nice stretch for your upper back and can really help get some of those little muscles that get tight and stuck to unglue a little bit. Okay, so we're going to work on that for the next 90 seconds or so. Off we go. So hands held together. We're going to think about reaching our arms forward or sliding down here. And then we're really going to round those shoulders. Now feel those shoulder blades moving apart. And then we're going to come back together. Okay, think about widening those collarbones. And again, we're going to think about reaching our arms forward and then really reaching a little bit further from our shoulder blades. And then we're going to come back. Lovely. And again, we're going to reach forward. Really reach that a little bit further, really rounding from your upper back, bringing those shoulder blades apart, and then bringing them back together, widening the collarbones as you come back. And again, we're reaching those arms forward, so think about reaching both your arms, squeezing your elbows if possible, and really round and reach that little bit further from your shoulder blades. Remember, if you need, you can have your assistant support underneath your affected arm. And then come back. Lovely, everybody. And again, let's reach forward. Let's really round those shoulder blades. Really reach till you can get a little inch further. Moving from here rather than pulling on your arms. And then let's come back. Good. Let's do one more here. We're going to really reach forward and then really get that a little bit further. Coming from up here and around your shoulder blades. Big stretch. Round that upper back. And then come back. Lovely. And that's a really nice one to feel and get a bit of a stretch in that upper back, which can get quite stiff in a lot of us. So the next one we're going to do is working on our shoulder blades' ability to go up and down. So what we're going to do here is we're going to work on shrugging our shoulders up towards our ears and then pushing them down away from us. So here we're working on our shoulder blades moving up our back and down our back. Now our shoulder blades and then being able to move freely with control is really important for allowing us to get optimal movement in our arms. And posture also is really crucial for us to be able to get optimal movement in our arms. a really nice way of comparing this and testing it is if you adopt a really slumped posture and then try and lift your arms up, just make a note of how high you can reach, okay? Then I want you to try and grow really tall, nice and long, and then do the same thing. If you can see, you should be able to reach a lot higher, and that's just due to the effects of our posture, okay? So again, it just shows you that having that optimal posture is really good for being able to move our arm freely how we should be able to, okay? And then, so we want to make sure everything's got the ability to move nicely. So let's have a go again. Now we're going to do those ups and downs. So sitting nice and tall, we're going to shrug our shoulders up to our ears, and then we're going to let them relax, push them back and down. Lovely. And again, let's shrug those shoulders up and hold, and then bring them back and down. Really nice. And again, lift those shoulders up towards your ears and relax back and down. Good. And lift your shoulders up towards your ears and relax back and down. Lovely. Push them down. Good. And again, we're going to shrug those shoulders up and then think back and down. Lovely. Well done, everyone. It might feel like a bit of a stretch to do this. Up and then down. Really nice. We're over halfway. Let's shrug those shoulders up and then relax them down. Fantastic. Let's go again. Shrugging those shoulders up and then relaxing them down. Good. Let's do one more. Shrug those shoulders up and then relax them down. Fantastic. Okay, the last thing we're going to do in our technique section is we're going to put those exercises into practice and work on our posture. So we're going to do that through doing some cat-cows. So what we're going to do is relax down nice and slumped, okay, rounding that back. You can drop your head if you wish to. And then we're going to grow nice and tall and really think about bringing the shoulder blades back together and down. So you get a nice stretch across that chest and you're really working on that posture, okay? So we're going to round our back, drop our head, chin to chest. And then I want you to grow nice and tall, back away from the chest, squeeze those shoulders back and down. Hopefully the shoulders should be feeling a bit warmer now. We've done those mobility exercises. And then we're going to round our back, drop our head, chin to chest. And then squeeze our shoulders back together, widening the collarbones. Hold it there. Try and have your back away from the chair if you can. And again, we're going to round our back, drop our head, chin to chest. And then draw shoulder blades back together, collarbones nice and wide. And again, round that back, drop that head, chin to chest. And squeeze our shoulder blades back together, collarbones wide. Do a few more here. Round our upper back, drop our head, chin to chest. Draw those shoulder blades back together. Lovely. Head nice and high, shoulders wide. And again, let's round that upper back, drop that head, chin to chest. And for the last time, let's grow nice and tall. Squeeze shoulder blades back together. Nice wide collarbones. And relax. Lovely. Grab yourself a drink. So those exercises are really nice examples of some that you could fit into your day. So especially if you're feeling a little bit stiff, they're really nice ones to try and warm up and mobilize all the joints and muscles around your shoulders and your upper back. So please feel free to try and incorporate those ones into your day. So the next thing we're going to do is our circuit. So we're going to do 60 seconds of each exercise. There's 3 exercises, and we're going to aim to do that at least a couple of times. So the first exercise that we're going to do, a bit similar to what we have just done, is working on our ability to set our shoulder blades back. So we're going to reach our arms out in front of us, and then we're going to try and pull elbows back, squeezing our shoulder blades back together. So you're thinking about leading the movement back with your elbows. Again, if you need some assistance with your affected side, then ask your assistant to just support underneath your elbow so that you can really think about reaching your arm forward and then pulling those elbows back, squeezing shoulders back together. We're going to hold each squeeze for 5 seconds. So I'll count through that with you now. We're going to do 1 minute, off we go. So we're going to reach our arms forward, trying to straighten the elbows as much as you can, and then we're pulling the elbows back. We're going to squeeze shoulder blades back together and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then going to reach forward again, straighten the elbows, and then bring the elbows back, squeeze shoulder blades together, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And again, reach those arms forward. Really think about straightening your elbows. Pull your elbows back again, squeezing shoulder blades back together. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, let's reach those arms forward, straightening the elbows. Really big reach. And then pull the elbows back, squeezing your shoulders back together. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Well done. Okay, get yourselves a drink. So the next one we're going to work on is our arm elevation. But what we're going to focus on here is how our shoulders are moving. So we're trying to try and really use those muscles around our shoulder blades to help us get the most movement that we have available to us at our arms. Okay, so again, if you have very limited movement in your affected side, then ask your assistant to support underneath your elbow. I also want to emphasize that I only want you working within your pain limits, so please don't push into any pain, especially if you get shoulder pain, okay? So just work in whatever ranges are available to you. If you're really struggling with your affected side, you could work on this just on your unaffected side, okay? So have a go. I would like you, if you can, to incorporate your affected side as much as you can, but you could pick to do that for some of it and then work on your unaffected side, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to reach our arms forward, we're going to raise our arms up in front of us, and then I really want you to think about reaching a bit further forward and then up, okay? So I'll go from the side. So we're going to have arms forward. We're going to think about raising our arms up in front of us. Then I want you just to reach that little bit further before we're coming up and then down. Okay? So off we go. We're raising our arms up in front, pausing at 90 degrees, a little bit of a reach forward and then lift. And then slowly back down. Really nice. Now, if you can't get above 90 degrees, so if we come to here, and then that's as far as you go, just think about reaching those arms forward a little bit further and then sinking it a tiny bit, or if not, just reach forward and then come back down. So a bit like we did in our technique work initially. So we're coming up. We're going to reach that a little bit further forward from our shoulder blades, and then we're going to lift up overhead, or alternatively, you're coming back down again. Lovely. And again, let's reach up, reach forward just that little bit more, and then lift from your shoulder blades. Really lovely. And relax there. That minute went very quickly. Okay, the last one we're going to do is a wood chop. So this time, what I want you to try and do is we're going to start this round on your unaffected side. Next round, we will incorporate your affected side. So we're going to, with your unaffected side, I want you to open up with your arm, and then we're going to come down, moving thumb down. So we're going to thumbs up as we come up and open, thumbs down as we come back. Okay, so that's what we're going to do this time for our unaffected side for the next minute. So we're going to lift our arm up, pointing our thumb backwards. Then I want you to turn your thumb down as you bring your arm across. Thumb up as if you're hitching a ride. Turn thumb down, come back. It could be more like Saturday Night Fever. Thumbs up, arm lifting up and back. Thumb down, arm back across your body. Thumbs up, arm lifting up and out. Thumb down, back down across your body. Really nice. Thumb up, lift up and out. Thumb down, back across your body. Lovely. Let's do one more. Thumbs up, reaching up and open. Thumb down, back down across your body. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to go back to our first exercise, which was our row and squeezing our shoulder blades back together. So I want you to recheck in with your posture here. So try and have that back away from the chair, really grow nice and tall. You should be feeling nice and warm around your shoulders and your shoulder blades from all the exercises. Feet nice and even underneath you and on the floor. Off we go. So we're reaching our arms forward, straightening the elbows, and then we're pulling back from our elbows, squeezing our shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're reaching forward again, straightening those elbows. Pull back from the elbows and squeeze together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, reach those arms forward. Straighten the elbows and then pull back from the elbows. Squeeze your shoulders back together and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, let's reach forward. Straightening those arms out. And then we're going to come back, pulling those elbows back together. Squeeze those shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, we're going to reach forward for the last one. And then pull our elbows back, squeeze shoulders back together. 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Fantastic. Okay, we're coming back to our arm elevation. So I'm going to turn to the side again. Sitting nice and tall in your chair. Remember to get yourself a drink if you need one, and if you need to pause at any time, please do. If you're not watching me live, you can just pause my video and come back. Alternatively, just join back in whenever you're ready. Okay, so we're reaching our arms forward, lifting up to horizontal. I want you to reach that little bit further forward and then lift up from your shoulders and then come back down. Remember, having the assistance as you need for your arm and moving within your pain limits. We're going to bring our arms up to horizontal, reach that little bit further forwards from your shoulders, and then reach up. Lovely. And then back down. Good. And again, lift up to horizontal, a little bit further from those shoulder blades, and lift up from your shoulders. And back down. Good. And again, we're going to lift arms up, reach forward and lift up further, hold and slowly down. Fantastic, well done. Last exercise is our woodchuck, but it's on our other side. So for the affected side, if you have some movement, I want you to try and repeat what we were doing, where you're thinking of reaching up with your thumb and then down. If you can't straighten your arm or reach up, that's fine. Think about opening the shoulder, thumb up, and then thumb down. Now, if you have someone there to assist you, they could help guide the movement. So thinking of thumb up, and down. So supporting under your shoulder and your wrist to help you with the movement within your pain limits. Alternatively, we're going to hold our hands together. We're going to reach up and then down. So we're going to try and turn our hands over, a thumb up and a thumb down as we go. Okay? So we're going thumbs up and then thumbs down. That's it. So moving towards your affected side and then down. Now, if you can't lift it that high, that's fine. We're just going to where we can and down, and try and get your body involved. Really nice. Up and down. Good. Up and down. Fantastic. Let's go again. Up and down. Really nice. Up and down. Let's do one more here. Up, big reach, and down. Lovely. Well done, everyone. Give yourselves a clap. Right, we're going to come into a short cool down now before finishing. So again, I want you to think about sitting nice and tall in your chair. Now you should be feeling a lot warmer around your shoulder blades. So what I want you to do is, let's see about if you can reach your arms as close behind the back as you can, or alternatively, you can leave your affected arm on your lap and bring your other arm back to your lower back. I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades back together and look up to the ceiling and hold there for a nice stretch across your chest. Take some nice big breaths in and out. Lovely. And relax there. Okay, with your unaffected side, if you can, I want you to try and relax your affected side down to the, relax down by your side. You're going to reach your unaffected side up, and we're going to try and reach up and over for a nice stretch down your side body. If this is a bit much, I want you just to think about lifting up at your shoulder and reaching down towards the floor. Okay, hold that there. Nice big breath, really reaching up. And then back down. Okay, relax your unaffected arm down to the ground. If you have any movement, you could try and reach up and over. Otherwise, I want you to think about reaching to the ground with your unaffected arm and shrugging up your shoulder on your affected side to get some length down your side body. Hold that there. Really nice. Big breaths. Let your neck relax. And then relax there. Lovely. Okay, we're just going to do a little bit of a stretch for our legs. Okay, so I'm going to turn to the side. So I want you to bring back your left heel back behind you. You might need to sit a little bit further forward on the chair. So it doesn't matter if your heel's off the ground. Both hands I want to go onto that knee of the leg that's behind, and push your weight down through the leg to try and bring your heel towards the ground to feel a stretch in that ankle. Hold that one there. Really nice. Nice big breath here. Lovely. And then we're going to change legs. Bring your right foot back. Bring your hands on your right leg, and you're going to push down to bring that heel down towards the ground. Feel a stretch in your calf muscle. If you find this a bit tricky, you could have your assistant to help you bring your weight down through that leg. And relax. Okay, last stretch on each leg. We're going to stretch the muscles at the back of our thigh. So I'm going to straighten out your left leg. Have your right knee bent and your hands on your right knee. Sit nice and tall, and then just sit forward from your hips, keeping your back straight and your head up until you feel a stretch down the back of that straight leg. We're going to hold that one there. Really nice. and then relax. And then right leg out straight, left leg bent, hands on the bent knee, sit nice and tall, then hinge forwards at your hips. Hold that there. Feel the stretch down the back of the straight leg. Excuse me. And then relax. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me for this level 1 different strokes exercise class. So as always, if you have any feedback or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'm sorry, talk too much. Or alternatively, you can send a direct message to the Different Strokes Facebook group. Apologies. Please have a great week. Thank you again for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Oh dear, I've got a frog in my throat. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye.